Okay, so let's get right into it. For as long as most of us can remember, we've had a certain idea of the American job map, right? Tech was on the coast, manufacturing was overseas, but that whole map, it's being completely redrawn and it's happening right now. In this explainer, we're going to break down the two massive forces behind this whole shift: the return of American manufacturing and the surprisingly huge physical footprint of the AI revolution.
You know, this quote really hits the nail on the head. This isn't some big, flashy headline you see every day. It's more like a deep, powerful current that's steadily pulling jobs and billions in investment to brand new parts of the country. And now, we're finally starting to see exactly where that current is taking us.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the new job map itself. Then, we'll dig into the two big engines making it happen: this great reshoring and AI's massive physical build-out. After that, we'll check out the new tech hotspots that are popping up, and we'll wrap it all up with what this actually means for your career heading towards 2030. First things first, let's get a look at this emerging reality, because the data is showing us this big split. It's almost like a tale of two different countries, economically speaking, that are developing right before our eyes. Wow, okay, just look at these numbers for a second. They're pretty stark, right? You just can't ignore the pattern here. You've got much lower unemployment in states like Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee, and then you look at the coasts, places like California and New Jersey, and the numbers are way higher. And trust me, that's no coincidence. It's a direct result of different approaches to business, costs, and regulation, and that's basically dictating where the money and the jobs are flowing. So, what's fueling this shift? Well, the first big engine is something people are calling the Great Reshoring. After decades of watching factory jobs move overseas, manufacturing is coming home in a big way. And when I say it's big, I mean it. The scale here is just staggering. Investment in U.S. manufacturing has more than doubled just since 2020. Think about it. After all the supply chain chaos we've seen lately, companies are realizing it's just a whole lot safer to build things closer to home. And all that new cash has to go somewhere, right? So why are these regions grabbing the lion's share of all these new factories? Well, it really boils down to a pretty powerful combo. For one, you've got lower operating costs. We're talking cheaper land, cheaper power, the basics. Then there are the labor laws, which are often more favorable for businesses. Plus, and this is key, they've been really smart about investing in technical schools, so you have this pipeline of skilled workers ready to go. You top all that off with great logistics, like major ports and rail hubs, and bam, you've got the perfect recipe for a manufacturing boom. But here's the thing. Reshoring, that's just one piece of the puzzle. There's something even bigger happening right underneath the surface, a much deeper engine that's just starting to roar to life. And that is the actual physical construction of the entire AI economy. You know, it's so easy to think of AI as just software, something that lives up in the cloud. But that's really not the whole picture. The reality is, AI is hungry. It has a massive physical appetite. It runs on millions of specialized chips, all housed in data centers the size of small cities. And building out that physical backbone, that's creating an absolute tidal wave of construction and investment. And if you want to understand just how big we're talking, get a load of this number: $100 billion. That's the rumored price tag for just the first phase of one single AI data center project down in Texas. I mean, that's not just a lot of money. We're talking about a private project on the scale of a massive public works program. It's just wild. And that one project points to the single biggest challenge of all: power. That one campus is expected to need 4.5 gigawatts of electricity. To put that in perspective for you, that's enough juice to power millions of homes. This incredible, almost unbelievable thirst for energy is the number one thing deciding where you can even build one of these massive facilities. So here's where it all comes together. That desperate hunt for cheap, reliable power and tons of open land, it's pushing all the physical hardware of the AI revolution into the exact same southern and midwestern states that are already winning the manufacturing boom. You've got two gigantic economic waves crashing in the very same place at the very same time. It's a huge, huge deal. And this convergence is literally creating a brand new map for technology jobs in America. It's not just about the coasts anymore, not by a long shot. Yeah, this lays it out perfectly. Look, the classic tech hubs like the Bay Area and Seattle, they're still huge for core AI research, no doubt about it. But the fastest growth, that's happening in completely different places.
We're talking Austin, Atlanta, Raleigh. These cities are exploding with what you'd call applied AI roles. So not just designing the algorithms, but actually using them in logistics, building out the cloud infrastructure, and running the data centers that power everything. And let's be honest, often with a much more affordable lifestyle.
Okay, so let's bring all this back home. Enough about the big picture. What does this new map actually mean for you, for your career path over the next 5 to 10 years?
The first thing to get is that AI's impact isn't going to be the same for everybody. It's creating pretty clear winners and losers. You're projected to see net job gains in fields like healthcare, green energy, and of course tech itself, places where AI helps humans do their jobs even better. But on the flip side, roles that are really heavy on routine tasks, think office support, basic customer service, those are the ones projected to see net losses as automation takes over. And if we drill down even further, the white-collar jobs that are most exposed in the short term are the ones all about processing and summarizing information. Taking a bunch of data and turning it into a neat little package. That is exactly what current AI models are great at. So we're already starting to see hiring freezes and role shrinkage in areas like administrative support, routine sales, and even some forms of media and content creation.
So, what's the move? How do you prepare for all this? It's really a 3-step playbook for building a resilient career. Step 1, you have to get comfortable with tech and data. You don't need to become a master coder, but you need to speak the language of this new economy. Step 2, double down on the skills that make you human, the stuff AI can't replicate, deep analytical thinking, true creativity, genuine leadership. And then step 3, the most important one, you take those hybrid skills and you apply them in one of those high-growth fields we just identified. That's the magic combination that puts you right on the winning side of this historic shift.
Look, this realignment isn't some distant forecast for 2050. It is happening right now, as we speak. The economic and geographic tectonic plates are shifting right under our feet. So the question I'll leave you with is a simple one. The new job map is being drawn. Where do you plan to be on it?